Dude, I talked to Zach Schubert till like 3:30 in the morning last night.
No way.
It was so funny. By the time I was like, dude, I gotta get to bed. He's like, dude, if you tell me it's past 2 o'clock, I'm gonna be shocked. I was like, it's 3:30, man. He went, dude, no, no.
You are now listening to the John and Paul Show. John and Paul Show. Now listening. You are now listening to the John and Paul Show.
And here we are, a very, 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 very special episode. Our very first guest, going to be a recurring guest. I'm absolutely certain of that. He'll have like a nice residency almost at the John Fa Pod. It is none other than Liam Fisher.
Woo.
Oh, now I don't want this out a lot. Count your numbers.
Oh, I'm counting them.
I originally was gonna say, I could be my wife out here, Noy. She could be here. Ding bong.
Did we already drop a Noy right before you came on too?
Did you?
Dude, they're a heavy case of noise. I don't know if anyone out there has been getting a case of the noise too.
Now I will preface this with for Tabor. I think I did tell Keith. I just started work last week, and this whole week I caught myself up completely with every John Fall episode.
Really?
And, yeah, and not only that, it was perfect because my work commute is about 20 to 25 minutes. So I'll wake up and I'll play the first half of the podcast on the way there. And then when I'm done work, I pick up where I left off. And when I get back to my house, there's maybe 30 seconds left. Like the out music is playing.
That is so good.
Dude, it is such good morale.
I heard good reviews about the last episode.
Oh, it was a goodie. It was a goodie.
It was a banger. But Fish, why don't you tell Tabor and tell the fans of John Fa Pod out there your one complaint?
Oh, yes. My one big complaint is that I find myself, listening to the podcast and you guys are talking and, it's the ramble and the bullshit and, the push and pull. And I feel like I find myself just talking to you guys, but nobody hears me. And you guys just continue on with the conversation. It's the most frustrating part.
And here we are.
It makes me feel good that we have a layer of comfortability, though, that you're jumping into the conversation, and here we are ignoring you.
Or you guys will say something, and my jaw just, you motherfuckers, you.
Oh my gosh, dude. Tabor, I just gotta say, you're cracking me up. Your eyes just a minute ago weren't even close to open.
I know. I saw what you were talking about. I noticed too. Don't worry. Yeah. The sun's
So
right in my
good.
eye. That's why.
No.
That's why. Dude,
Well,
I have a good question actually for our lovely guest already.
Please.
Let's hear it.
So on this pod, you were deemed as the world's strongest man if there were no weights.
Wow.
Can you give us a feat of strength that we might not know about that you've done? I talked about the lift and Travis up the stairs. You've done that. That's why.
Yes. Okay, yeah, I got a good one. All right, so for those listeners out there, I have two brothers, right? Quinn and Aiden. And as a descriptor for those who don't know my size, I'm about, 5'9", 225. Like I'm a pretty stout guy, built like a brick. But my one brother, Quinn, he's 6'5", pushing 260. And my other brother, he's like 5'10", 180. And as kids, or like in high school especially, they always were obsessed with trying to pick each other up. Like they were I don't know, it was weird. And they couldn't pick each other up. And so I came into the room one day and I grabbed Quinn with my left arm, Aiden with my right, pushed them together and just went up. And everyone was off the floor.
So that was like the first moment of knowing that you were just born a man of absolute brute strength.
Oh yeah, and then they took it way too far. Like they started acting like fucking like bars at the gym, and they would ask me to deadlift them or weird shit, or I would throw them over my shoulders and squat them like fireman style. They were obsessed with it.
Oh my god!
Is there truly another word more perfect than brute for his strength.
There isn't.
Like that is literally the perfect word for fish.
I think it matches with you got to have a beard too. I think being brute, there's got to be some gristle, right? Like there can't just
Yeah.
be like this
Ooh.
clean shaven, like fresh person. You got to have like the little like dirt.
Dude,
What a good word gristle was. That was so
Yeah.
good.
I feel like I'm behind because so much good wording on the John Fobb pod. Like, what was it last pod that you said? Oh, just so casually. So I just had to break my fast the other morning. I was like, so casual, so casual.
You know, I
Love
do
it.
have to say something about that. What was it actually? Oh, that's what I had a, as Keith can't pronounce, a revelation about it. I think it was on the last podcast when you guys were talking about how you got nicknames, because I think Tabor was talking about how is there a celebrity like,
Yeah.
Tabor gets Jared from Subway and
Yeah.
Fall gets nothing. But
Right.
for me personally, I don't really get anything, but all I get is, like Liam Neeson. Like as if they don't know the name Liam, and then they just go, oh, like Liam Neeson. I was like, well, it's the same exact word. So yeah.
That's
Anyways,
No, go on.
oh, okay, go ahead. Sorry. So Keith was talking about how he got the Big Slice name, right? And something weird happened in my head, because when we were kids and he just laid that nickname out, I kind of just went with it, right? Like, oh, he's like Big Slice. But then as he's telling the story, it started giving me like daddy vibes, like daddy Big Slice. Like I don't know, like he's got, like Big Papa almost, like Big Slice. And I
That's so good.
started getting weirded out a little bit. It
No.
made me rethink your whole name.
No, I can assure you it's nothing weird like that. It's just happened to be a pizza place in Ocean City that, sells pretty big slices of pizza.
Maybe that could be Foz
I'm
stripper
sticking
name.
by it.
Big Slice. That'd attract people in.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
and
The
there is
Big
a
Slice.
right. Well, there is a common misconception. A lot of people think that is my name for that, and no, it's very PG, and everyone else is just a little too dirty-minded. I did want to go to my next thing. I'm very excited today because I do have a little twist. I want to hear the coffee, what we're drinking, sizes, all information, and any breakfast today. I think we'll let Fish, our guest, go first.
Agreed.
today.
All right. Well,
Start us off.
my coffee for today, a big cold brew guy, and I've been oh my.
Oh boy.
Keith just unveiled that he has such bad pitters right now, but
Jeez.
also he's begging for it with a great T-shirt on.
I am wearing a great t-shirt.
I wore black for that reason because my pits are leaking right now.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, it's because I turned the air off. No,
Hey,
it's
it happens. Anyways, my coffee for today. I'm a big cold brew guy. I actually brew my own, but my girlfriend Jennifer, she also loves cold brew. So my cold brew making vessel can't fulfill the needs for 2 cold brew drinkers. So we've actually been buying at Aldi. It's called Stokes. It's like a pre-made cold brew, and this one's just black. I think it just comes black.
Wow.
I drink black. And for breakfast I had a breakfast wrap. I made some Applewood smoked sausage.
Ooh.
What a plot twist.
Little egg scramby, little sriracha mayo, and
Oh my
slice of
God.
cheese.
Jeez, Lord, man. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was
Living in
pretty good.
luxury.
Pretty
I,
good.
I feel like you live a very organic life. Like, just the black coffee, you have chickens in the back, you get your homegrown tomatoes and
Mhm.
chicken eggs, and you just live life on a farm.
You
Well, a
know,
lot
can
of
I
it-
can I
Go ahead.
interject real quick? Now that that's being brought up, with Liam's brute strength and now this, Liam might be the best ever person to have at an apocalypse at your side.
You think
He
I
can
could
do
just
it all.
dig the ground, find some seeds, and start it on my own?
And you wouldn't even need to know. You'd be like, "Oh, I saw it in a book one time, man," and you'd just be like foraging for berries and knowing which ones aren't poisonous.
And Tabor, to piggyback off of you, I literally just said this to Liam last night because I had the question of how do credit cards work? Like, how do they deduct from your bank account?
Also, he
And-
was like 6 shots deep when he asked this question. All right, mind you, I don't think he needed an answer. I could have told him
Yeah.
it's birthday cake, but
But-
he was ready.
But with that, I have never asked Fish a question and him just straight up tell me I don't know. He's always had some kind of response, whether it's right, I don't know, I don't look it up, but I take what he says. And you know what, man? He's always given me an answer. He's a smart dude. Because like you
He's-
were saying, like for the apocalypse, he'd be able to like just come up with anything and just like live off
Yeah,
the earth.
yeah. He's got that knack. I don't want to say it's Jeopardy knowledge, but it feels like Jeopardy knowledge. Like we're like he knows all these things. It's so nice. It's just like
Yeah.
he's a nice person to have around your clique. Like you got the guy that in a good way. He'll know all those little things you need to know. Like
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I think a weird part of it is too, is like ever since I was a kid, it's like always knowing like, you know, people have like weird interests, right? It's like you never dive too deep into it, but you always like if I see something, I tend to ask a question about it, and then I look just deep enough to get like the first person's question about it, right? Like I don't know, let's talk about like sailboats or something. If I found that interesting, I wouldn't just be like, oh yeah, that's cool. I would then like look one more in and then be like, oh, the starboard is the right side of the ship. It's like, why do I care about that? I don't know. But then someone's gonna ask me down the line. I'm gonna say, and they're gonna be like, "What the heck?
Nope.
Like, why do you know all this?" It's like, no, I just know the one thing that's
Right.
after the initial curiosity.
Jeez. It is great, man. It's nice. I mean, I don't really use Google much. I usually just hit up Fish. But Tabor,
dude, we're
before we get
we're so off the coffee trail.
I-
Where
I know.
are you going? With
I-
this?
I do want to finish the coffee trail, so I'm gonna say Tabor, take it away.
All right, yeah, I got it. So I like I said, I think 2 weeks ago, I did finally switch it up. I did go to Wawa again. I feel like I need to go to I feel like next week I might go to like a Saxby's or something, like a different off the beaten path a little bit.
Does
Instead of just-
Sharky's?
Yeah,
Does
sure,
Sharky sell
okay.
coffee?
So they don't right now, I guess because of COVID. I think it was self-serve. I actually went today, just before the podcast. I got a bagel, salt bagel, cream cheese and butter. My favorite
Mhm.
breakfast with a little coffee. They don't have coffee right now. It was all self-serve and it says coffee currently unavailable. But so today I went to Wawa and I did get myself a dark roast hot coffee, and then I used hazelnut cream. It's
Nice.
fucking really good.
Nice, dude. Now,
You know, there is actually a coffee spot that's close to Catelli Duo, like in the Voorhees Shopping Center, right? And it's called Harvest Coffee.
Good to know.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I've only been there once or twice. It's kind of by yeah, it's like in that little, you know how they try to make it like a fancy community, but
Yeah.
they like stopped working on it. It's in that strip.
I'm
But
gonna
yeah,
go
I
there.
Yeah, you should check it out.
I'm gonna investigate
Yeah,
it.
dude.
Thank you. I need shit like that. Like it's nice to go into Wawa, but then and again they only have like six
Right.
like not flavors, but like they only have like 6 things. You know.
Yeah.
dude,
Huh?
and real quick, when you go to Wawa, do you deal with the same cashier every time?
To be honest, I go to like a different Wawa every single time. I don't know why. It's just like it's like this weird innate thing where like unintentionally like I'll go to one Wawa one time and then another Wawa the other time, just like super unintentionally. So I feel like I never see the same people twice.
Really?
Yeah.
What a fun fact by Jared Tabor. So I'll never catch you in the same Wawa 2 days in a row.
Almost no chance for some reason. I don't know why.
Wow.
Dude,
Huh.
that should be the what, dude?
Huh?
Oh, you know what, Tabor? That's another thing me and Fish talked about. We do the what, dude, huh? So perfect every time that he thought it was a button that we pressed.
That is true. I thought it was a button.
love that.
And then I questioned it because then there is a button, right? There's like a sound button.
Yeah, there is a sound
Right.
bite, but that's
So-
post production.
Yeah, so I heard the bit and I was like, oh yeah, that's clearly like the button he's pressing. Because you talked about having the board, right? With the buttons on it.
Which I haven't done yet.
And I know if you did do it, the one thing you would put on there would be, what, dude? Huh?
I know. I really gotta stop slacking and I gotta set it up. Because that'd be super hype for the pod. And like we could have cheers and just like huhs.
Huh?
That's mainly what we need is the huh and the what, dude. Real quick for my coffee today, drinking out of Captain America mug. Shout out Chris Evans if you're listening to the pod.
Yes.
And today, I'm sorry. Today I actually have Aldi. Another shout out from Aldi. Donut Blend, like their donut blend company. No,
Nice.
not company.
It's
What's the word I'm looking
It's
for?
a type of
Coffee.
brew. I actually don't know what the donut blend flavor is, but it's significantly different than a regular brew.
Right. I just meant like Aldi's brand, like like their own type of coffee. Whatever, doesn't matter. Anyway, it's really good. I'm also using my normal creamer, that we've talked about. I feel like that creamer has gotten a lot of shout outs. I think if we continue bringing up the almond creamer, we should try to get a sponsorship for him. Just saying.
Yeah, Silk, please sponsor us.
Silk almond. I think it's a good cause. But then my breakfast today, I don't know what it is about doing the pod, but I always crave a bagel with cream cheese. And I think Tabor, you mainly get a bagel, right, for our pods?
Always.
Yeah.
Like I said, on the weekends I almost always have a salt bagel with cream cheese or an everything bagel. I like them too.
It's good pod food. It gets you like.
Here's a
kinda
good
get you
question.
thinking.
What's the go-to bagel style? Is it the everything? Is it the poppy? What's your go-to flavoring of a bagel?
For me, it's always an everything all day, every day. I just think that's the most bang for your buck. You get a little bit of everything on it. A nice toasted everything bagel with some plain cream cheese. My favorite.
I'm digging salt. Like I said, salt, cream cheese, and butter is my favorite. But everything always hits. Like that's a guarantee. Fish.
Right.
Yeah, everything is a slap, but I do have to say a sleeper for me, sesame bagel.
I knew you were gonna say
It is
that.
so good.
I love sesame bagels, man. I love
And then
them.
if they
They are
toast it a little too much, you get these like toasty sesame seeds that you don't mind. You're like, thanks for burning it a little bit. Like,
Thanks,
kind
man.
of just develops the flavor.
They are probably the third in my top three.
Yeah,
Sesame seed would probably be second or third for me as well. Real quick, last thing about my breakfast, I was really excited to tell you guys. So today I have a glass of orange juice. However, there's a twist.
I love how he's presenting this, almost Vanna White-esque. Tink, tink, tink.
I figured you guys would appreciate it.
He's sponsored
I
by
do,
Florida's
I do.
Natural or something over there.
Yeah, no, it's so this is the thing. It's another like off Aldi brand, like type of orange juice. And it's orange juice with a mixture of pineapple juice in it. And it sounds
Ooh.
weird, but it's super refreshing.
Huh?
Huh?
I feel like I just made a whole commercial for this.
You did. You why are we not sponsored by Aldi at this point?
Aldi, the creamer. What else gets shouted out on the John Paul all the time?
Dude,
Wawa
speaking-
coffee in general.
Speaking of off-brand orange juice, you know what was always good to me is like the orange drink, dude. That
Yeah.
it went dumb. It went completely dumb. They didn't have to do it to us, but they did.
No, dude, I agree.
I don't know what it is. It's like orange flavored crack.
Deliciousness.
You know what I had that I really liked that I feel like now that you mentioned it, you would also very much like. We've talked about this before, Fish and I. Sometimes I'll fucking eat those military rations. And the military rations actually have sometimes this orange powder. It is the best drink ever. You don't
Really?
put that much water in it, and it tastes like childhood. It tastes like every orange drink when you're younger. It's literally a powder and a little mix and a little water, and that's it.
Like borderline Tang vibes.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. It's
Hmm.
so good.
Jeez, man, I had no idea. That's
Yeah.
awesome though.
Oh yeah.
Someone who's been on my mind recently is a man who goes by the name of Travis Crane.
Oh my god.
I was asking Fish about Travis Crane last night, but I really just want to talk about what happens when you walk into this man's house. What's impossible to not get a case of?
If you go in there, you can't escape without a case of the Trey vases.
Dude, the Travis Crane. I feel like the cases where we just say someone's name all the time like that are so interesting. Like, how does that start? Just the case of the Travis Cranes. It's just a normal name. In fact, I think Travis has a nice name, like Travis Crane. Like that, like flows off the tongue nice. Maybe
It
that's why
was-
we get a case of it.
It's like directional. Like you
Yeah.
know how it's just like a Travis Crane. Just- you ain't gotta jump, you ain't gotta fall. It's just Travis Crane.
That was the most perfect hand motion for it. Travis Crane. Dude, he's a great guy though. Shout out Travis. I do hope he's been checking us out.
I think he has been here and there. I don't know if he's the most religious. I know the most religious listener that I'm aware of is a certain person that lives in New York City. Anne Marie Brooke is one of our most loyal listeners. There's a
that's
few though.
amazing.
That's what I
Yeah.
like about this thing. We got some loyal listeners.
Dude,
All the
shout
people
out.
from Keystream.
Yeah. Shout out the guy from Germany that checked us out.
Right?
Wow.
I was looking at our analytics on Anchor and I see one listen from Germany. I'm
Huh.
like, what is going on? That's cool.
That guy
Yeah,
has good
that's sick.
taste.
You never know.
Speaking of good,
I have something to bring up if that's okay.
that's fine.
Are we
dude.
are we
Go.
okay with the transition of topic right here?
Absolutely. Transition
So-
to power.
This is actually good because I am certain that Liam will have a story off of this, but I don't know. So if you don't, it's okay. But also, I hope you guys both remember this.
Oh God.
You know what? No, actually, you guys will definitely both remember this because we all lived on the same side of town. So in the town that we grew up in, Stratford, there's a railroad track, and it basically is like 50% of the town is essentially on each side. Now, for whatever reason, Keith, Fish, and I, or Fa, Fish, and I, all lived on a side of town that less of our grade lived on. And for some reason, everyone in the grade I felt like lived on the other side of town. So
That's a good point.
yeah, we would typically walk home, like every once in a while we'll walk home together or whatever. Do you guys remember at a point in our life when we went to Yellen that they had the railroad police outside? And the railroad police, if you walked over the railroads instead of going to
Yeah.
the crosswalk, they would try to give you some ticket or some bullshit.
Yeah. I remember my friend got a ticket.
Mm-hmm. I knew.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew a couple people who actually got tickets. I actually was just talking about the railroad police the other day, and I remember we were walking home, and me and Keith always played this game where you would pick up a rock on the railroad,
Dude,
and
I
you would-
forgot.
you would throw it down the track, and the goal was to try to hit one of the railroad ties, like the piece of metal that holds the track. And you could hear
Yeah.
it, and it would go tink, and a spark would go off. So we would always try to see, but we were going home. Keith wasn't actually there, I'm pretty sure. But we played the game, and some dude in a car pulled up, and he was like, "Can I have your names and addresses?" And I was like, "No," and I kept walking. But then he harassed my two friends, and we were in 7th, 8th grade, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And they got tickets. And I remember they went home, and their parents were so upset because they were like, "You gave this man your information. There's no such thing as railroad police.
Yeah.
Did you get his badge number? Did you?" And these poor kids, I mean, they're 12, 13 years old, and they're just worked up because, authority has stopped them, and
Right.
they didn't know how to act. And this schmuck over here is getting all these kids in trouble, charging them money to cross the railroad, like the troll toll.
Yeah. It is funny. I do remember that. And I remember actually seeing one of the tickets. I forget who it was, honestly, but I know someone I knew got a ticket and I saw it. And I personally had zero run-ins with the railroad police. I never had any issues crossing the tracks. I mean, and even once the report came out that there was railroad police, I mean, I don't think me and Fish stopped going over the tracks at all.
No.
I think we just continued going. It wasn't like oh my God, it's just I don't really believe it. But then it was real because people did really get tickets.
Can I be honest? I pulled a little trick. One time I got pulled over by the railroad police, and one time pulled over, I guess, whatever you want to call it.
Oh my God.
They pulled me over, and I told them my name was Ethan Craig. That's one of the people we went to high school with for a little context.
I'm so happy you brought up Ethan Craig because I was going to say his name earlier just out of the blue.
Do you have something to say about him? He is an actual giant man of respect. He's a really great guy.
He is. I do think about that a lot. Like Ethan Craig, he's someone probably in our
Leo's
whole
cracking up.
our whole school time together. I said 6 words to Ethan Craig, but I always am curious. You go to high school with all these different people. What? I would love a list of all the people we went and just one sentence of what they're doing currently. I think that'd be so interesting just to say.
I have one thing
what's
to
up?
say about Ethan Craig. I don't know if anyone knows this, but he is the world's best frowner. He can make a
Oh
frown.
my god!
so
I forgot
perfect.
about that.
It looks like an emoji. It's like a perfect rainbow mouth. Just and and it just made me laugh. So like I go up and be like, "Yo,
Yeah.
frown, like be
Frown.
sad." You know what I mean? This poor guy.
Be
and he-
sad.
And he was so nice about it. He's like, "Yeah, man, no problem." And he would just like throw a frown at me.
Right. Oh, dude, Tabor, I just got the remaining meeting time.
Okay, good. See that I'm glad we can talk about it. Yeah, there's 10 minutes left, so we are gonna have to cut like eventually, but it will be seamless. We're just gonna continue here. John Fa has no interruptions for you, the beautiful listener.
The
Seamless.
beautiful listeners.
Yeah, so them railroad police were crazy, and actually, not even to go like crazy on this, but Liam, to bring up what you said, like it's kind of weird to think like, so if if they were there because like New Jersey Department of Railroad or whatever the fuck whatever that is, like sent them, okay, they're there for that reason, but like if they're not there for that reason, who are they working for? If someone sent them there, or that, like you said, maybe they're trying to scam people or like take people's information or some shit.
Yeah, and I think it's really shitty too because you're preying on young kids, right? Like just I mean, there's a lot to say about like authority and who they entrap, like hiding out front of bars or stuff like that. Like, and these people don't know any better, right? They're kids from middle school, and you're going to write them tickets and you're going to charge them money. They don't have any concept of money. They don't even have jobs. So what are you doing? And who are you protecting? It'd be a lot different if there was like a guard there, like, I don't know, 30 minutes before a train comes, and they wanted to like give out like resources like, hey, Lane, like a train is coming, like this would be the way you would do it. But just going out there in an unmarked car writing tickets.
That's beautiful.
That's the most coherent thing that's ever been stated on the John Fa pod.
Wow.
Fish, I think you just solidified it. If I ever have to go to court, you're being my lawyer and I'm not paying you a lot of money.
Hey.
But you're gonna get me out of it.
You only owe me money if you lose.
What he would be able to do? Oh, I'm sorry. I real quick. If he was your lawyer, he'd be able to slam on some tables, man, and he'd be making stuff happen.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Well, the finishing blow for me was when he said, "What are you doing? Who are you protecting?"
Yeah, right.
I
so inspirational.
I do have a lawyer story for you.
Uh-oh.
Let it fire.
This might solidify my facade of being a lawyer.
Okay.
When I was in high school, right? I was a part of I was like one of the smart kids or whatever, so I was in like an honors social studies program. What are you doing?
You just lost it.
I can't get Tabor's face out of my mind when he gave you that thumbs up.
He was
so genuine.
We got to gift that or something.
Dude, it looked like a 3D movie because you were back and it went.
I'll grab that in post.
Please steal it.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I was just trying to drink my orange juice. I couldn't stop thinking. I'm sorry, Mel. I'm sorry, Fish. Go on.
Anyways, where were we? Oh, the lawyer story, right?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm good.
He's going back for it. Round 2. All right. Anyways, lawyer story. How is a good lawyer once?
It's getting off the rails.
Okay.
Right,
Okay. I'm jumping back in.
No,
I'm gonna keep us on track. All right. So in high school, I was a part of like the honor student, right? And I was a part of the social studies program, where we would go to DC for 4 days at a college, and we would do work, right? And it was always like it was called Model UN, so it was like a court case. And our teacher, we had Mr. Gardner. I don't know if you guys had him.
I remember him. I never had him though.
I never did either.
He wasn't a good teacher. In fact, he went down to DC with us and applied for other jobs while we were there.
Okay.
That's awful.
So we show up to this event, right? And you all get assigned roles. And my role before I showed up, I was a part of the jury. So I didn't have to do any work. I just sat and listened. It would have been a free 3 days of just sitting there and, cool. So the lady walks up to me and she said, "You're going to be the defendant." I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "You were assigned the defendant role, and did you prepare for the lawsuit?" And I was like, "No, I was told I was a jury member." So she was like, okay, well, the prosecutor over there spent the last 6 months working on this case, and you just found out you're going to be the defendant today. So
I think I remember this story vaguely. Now that you're talking
yeah,
about it.
so the case starts, and I forget what it even was like, but my position was like, I did something very bad. Whoever I was representing, like they were in a lot of trouble, and so I got roasted for the first 3 hours about all these things. And when I was like, "Can we like take a recess?" and they're like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." Like I was just trying to buy time, and I came back, and I had a brilliant idea. So court comes back in. It was my turn to take the floor, and I was like, "I didn't do any of those things, and you can't prove it." And the poor girl over there who spent all her time working on this case, she was like, you did. And I was like, can you show me anything to prove it? She couldn't. She actually broke out of her role. She's like, he can't do that. He can't just say he didn't do it. And the judge was like, if you have nothing to say, like he can do this. Like it doesn't matter if he didn't prepare. Like he brought up a point that he didn't do it, and you have nothing to say. So this girl who spent 6 months doing it, she lost the case. I won, and I won an award at the banquet for like outstanding outstanding student or something.
Oh my god! But you know what? That I think perfectly described. That's a great fish story. Like that's a great story to just tell someone if they don't know who you are. That's
No,
amazing,
You're totally right.
dude.
Dude, Keith, I felt so bad. Keith was losing it.
Dude, no, and I have to apologize to Fish. I truly was trying to get it together, but I just could not get that face
I was a little
out of my
I
head.
was scared. I saw your icon pop up. I was like, I think we should just move on. I don't
Yeah.
think this is
No, well, I put my icon up because I had to blow my nose real quick. I was good. I was good. But yeah, dude, Tabor, you just can't do anything like that ever again, man.
I'll make sure that I never do anything like that ever again.
there's certain lines you can't cross, and you were just too close.
Too genuine, man. That was great. But no, Fish, that is a crazy story. I feel like I do vaguely remember like you telling me that. Like
What's up, everybody? Ja from the Ja and Fa podcast here, obviously. Just giving a little mid-podcast PSA. Due to the fact that we have to cut out at about 30 minutes or so usually because, you know, Zoom, it's expensive. You don't pay for it. You only get 40 minutes with the free trial, so sorry, not really sorry about it, but that's the reason for this little cut. And then you're going to hear after this little cut, me and Liam talk for a second without Keith. It's good, though. It's good morale. Everything's good morale. I just wanted to give a little update on why it would be cutting a little here and there. Enjoy the rest of the Ja and Fa experience.
Do we lose the fa of Ja and Fa?
He'll be here.
He'll be here. So as a little, I see you're recording, and I don't know if Keith will make it by the time I say this comment, but there's a few things about past podcasts I wanted to bring up. Specifically the one where Keith goes to Jerry Springer. Or no, he went to Steve Wilkos.
Wow. Yeah. Dude, are you bringing this up before he comes in?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just a little secret note. What Keith forgot to tell you was that a year goes by, right? And he's sitting in doing work on his computer, watching Steve Wilkos. He sees himself on TV, and he's going, freaking out in the middle of Steve Wilkos. So it
Dude,
went
that's
full circle.
insane.
Yeah, he went to Steve, he saw that he wilded out, and then he caught himself on Steve Wilkos. It's like the ultimate flex.
dude, scary morale. It was saying the password was wrong.
That's weird.
That is weird.
Weird, no?
I just heard a secret story about you, Fa.
No, let me hear it.
That's up to Fish.
Yeah, you know, it's just you doing things. No, I was telling Ja about how the big part of the podcast, that the big thing you left out when you went to the Steve Wilkos show
Yeah,
was that months later you were watching Steve and you saw yourself.
Yeah, I was sitting right behind Steve, and I just happened to have Steve Wilkos on at work, I think, actually. And everyone put it on the TVs, and we all watched me look like this the whole time. That was
You-
my face, honestly.
Dude, when you did that face, you looked like a cardboard cutout. Like your eyes got like boxed.
Wow. I didn't know I had that ability, to be honest.
Hey, we all have secret abilities.
Yes, we do. We talked about it on the pod a couple ago.
We did.
Alright. I got to do like a transition. Like, all right, let's get back. So, all right,
Edit.
let's get back to it. We're back. We're recording again. Do you guys even remember where we were at?
I actually was asking you how your day was yesterday because you had that big golf thing.
Oh yeah,
that
it was great.
yesterday?
Thanks for asking. Yeah. So we actually ended up winning. It was a 12-man golf outing, 3 teams of 4. Essentially, every single shot you take with your team of 4 that you're playing with, you play the best shot of all of those 4. So it's really fun. It's a nice team game, like where if someone hits a good shot, you're happy because like it's gonna help you. It helps them. Like, dude, I was actually crazy enough. No joke, I was a foot and a half from hitting a hole in one.
What?
It was
Jeez.
one of the craziest things that's ever happened to me. It was a par 4, so it's a little bit longer. It was about like 200 and something yards away, and I just hit it, and it just like rolled perfectly on. It was amazing.
Oh
it was
God.
sensational moment.
And
That
did
is
you get
insane.
pretty drunk yesterday?
Yeah, I got like perfectly drunk. I felt like I actually was like, so everyone was drinking beer, and I drank beer last time I went out, and I got way too trash, and also like I felt like shit too. So this time I just brought a bottle of tequila. Fuck it. So I was just ripping shots of tequila all day. I felt great.
Huh.
Oh my God. Good for you, Taper. That's
Oh, yeah.
awesome. Going down
I'd
your
say-
own path.
Oh yeah, I'd say I probably had about 7-8 shades.
That's a lot. Especially it was probably hot, no? I don't know.
No, it was actually pretty chilly out. But
Oh,
it was
okay.
it was a nice day all said and done. I had a great time.
I feel like tequila is a drink that like no matter how like you know how like whiskey makes you warm? Like I feel like tequila you could just be out in the sun with. It's a good
Oh yeah.
it's a summery drink.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
super summer. Dude, I've actually been craving some tequila last few days. I haven't had it, but I've been craving it.
What's
I don't
your
even
go-to
drink tequila. I don't even know. I've never like really I can't remember a time I've actually gotten drunk off of just tequila.
You need to change that this Friday.
I know. Well, I think I might. Well, because like I've had nights where like I'll like be sticking with vodka and then someone will trick me with a quick little tequila shot, something like that. But besides that, I don't think I've never like just like exclusively drank tequila and got drunk.
I would say if you're going for tequila, oh, what the heck just happened? Oh, okay, sorry. My
Whoa.
my computer, like as soon as the other recording was done, it transitioned to another folder and it like took the zoom off my screen. I got real scared. So anyway,
It's okay.
anyway, if you're getting tequila, I personally would recommend Espolón as like it's not like the cheapest, but it's also not the most expensive. Very,
I
very
don't
good
like you.
starting place. Very good starting place.
I don't like you because that was gonna be my recommendation.
Ooh,
That's what I drank. It's good. It's good.
it's very
Wow.
good. It goes down like water, Steve.
Uh-huh.
Hey, well, you know what? Maybe I'll try it. I'll have to report back on Sunday for the podcast, and we'll have a Friday night, which we were able to do for a little bit the other night, which was nice. Did a little birthday stream for APO 11.
Yeah, it was good. I was fucking exhausted, and I had golf the next morning. I was like, I just need to go to sleep, man. It was one of those nights.
No, I feel that. Yeah, dude. Actually, that's why I wanted to tell you my yesterday when I went to Universal, and it was fun. I mean, we had a great day. You know, we went on all the rides, all that stuff. But to bring back a topic I think we had last week was my personal favorite thing about going to like a theme park like that is the people watching. So many different cats, man. Like we were behind some strange families, dude.
I think
Like
cats.
like like we were in this line for like almost an hour, and this guy like in front of us, it was like him, his kid, his wife, and like maybe like 2 friends or something with him. This guy was hyped up, dude. Like he was on something. He was like shoving everyone, like hugging his kid real hard, like kissing him, laughing, and everyone's just like standing there like, what is going on? And this guy was like just going off in the line. It was crazy. But yeah, dude, I mean, it was a lot of fun, dude. It was hot yesterday. It was like 95 degrees, and I dressed as if I was going to a festival.
I love festival attire.
I know, like, bucket hat, glasses,
Yeah,
mask,
yeah,
of
yeah.
course. So I was telling Allie, I kind of felt like the Invisible Man. If you ever seen that show, like when he like tapes his head and all
Yep.
you see are the glasses. That's how I felt yesterday because like I was like all covered up, like no face burn on me.
Hey.
Hey, no knives on me. But no, dude, we had a really good day. King Kong ride's really cool. Honestly, I like that one. It's pretty epic. Plus, I like King Kong, which I've never seen the new movie though. I don't know if either of you have.
I have not.
I feel
But I
like there's
would
like 20 King Kong movies, right?
There is. Well, I feel like it's one of those things that just gets like reinvented like every like 5-6 years. Like there's just someone who's like, I can do it better, but it always ends the same for some reason.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, there was King Kong, then there was Godzilla, then there was Kong versus Godzilla.
Mhm.
But in all three, what is their problem with Tokyo? Like
Asking
they're
the
just
real question.
they're just ripping apart this poor city.
Well, well,
I don't know.
King Kong was actually in New York
Oh, was he?
because at the end he climbs up the Empire State Building,
Oh, right.
right? And he gets
Right.
shot down. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude, super fun. I highly recommend going to Universal. I think it's a lot of fun. Just to reiterate though, the characters, man, so many just different people. It's just like crazy. Like, we were in traffic the other day as usual, and I was just saying to Allie, like, I would just love to interview every single person like that was in traffic. Like I'd feel like 95% of them would be like, oh, I'm just trying to get home, just long day, just trying to get home. But then at like 1% or so, you might be like, I'm actually like driving cross country, or like I'm doing
Yeah,
like some
I think
something
about that.
crazy right now.
Mhm.
Like you see so many people every day, and you like don't even think twice about it, but they all have stories.
Yeah, it's wild to think about stuff like that. Like I think we talked about this before, maybe on like the first
think we
episode.
did.
Like
I
you
think
look
we
you look
did.
around and everyone's got a story,
Yeah, no, and it's inevitable. It's a great time. I don't know. I'm a big people watcher.
It's a weird I feel like it's like a social experiment almost. Best people watching for sure is like
Wow.
Wow was good, but this one's gonna take a turn for the worst. Those like all you can eat buffet places.
Oh my god.
And I just think it's one, if you just went there and looked at the people getting the food, you wouldn't want to eat there right off the bat. And it's just so weird, like what people pick and choose, and like, or how people act when they're getting food. Like, is some homie just like going to a salad bar acting like he's gonna take a couple pieces of lettuce, or is he just gonna like cut to the chase, grab 3 fucking cheeseburgers and go back?
Yeah.
It's gross.
It is gross, dude. I know. A buffet is a really good place. I haven't been to a buffet in a long time. I'm
Yeah,
a fan though, no?
Buffets probably are like very COVID friendly. That's probably why you haven't been.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I feel like the last one I went to was like, you remember the Pizza Hut buffets, like probably like
Yes.
5 years ago or so.
Yeah. You know what I heard though? I heard that like Vegas buffets are actually like really, really good.
Really?
Yeah, like you go in and like I don't know if all of them are good. I can't imagine they all are, but there's like a few staple ones. Like it costs like $100 to get in, but it's like all high end food and it's like really good stuff.
That might be worth it,
Damn.
honestly, especially like the quality of meat your stuff you're getting. Like,
Yeah.
Dude, we should go. We should have a pod there, don't we?
Or we should do
Dude,
like Brazilian steakhouse, like Foca.
that'd be hot, yo. That would be real
Yo.
hot.
Hey,
I have some good morale to bring up.
I would
Let's
love
hear
to
it.
hear it. And then
So I
have
went
good
to,
morale too.
I loved it. All good morale all around. This week I went to New York and visited. You can't be doing those. You can't be doing those.
The thumbs
Keith
up,
just
man.
dropped another thumbs up.
That's
man.
not good, dude. That's dangerous. Even for you.
It's gonna be a case. I know
Oh
the
my-
case of these are coming.
So good.
So
good.
on Thursday I went to New York and I saw AB and her boyfriend,
Oh,
and he
yeah.
gave me a nice fresh cut. I'm looking all clean. I got faded up
Nice,
a little
nice.
bit. Very, very
Oh,
happy
nice.
with that.
Shout
But
out
while we
Mikey.
were up there, yeah, huge shout out to Mikey. Huge shout out to AB, avid listener, future guest
Sure.
of this podcast for sure.
Mhm.
So while I was up there, I don't know if you guys have ever had one of these. This is kind of what I wanted to ask or talk about. Like, you ever have one of those moments where, like, not that I had anxiety before I was going up, but like going up there, I was like, oh, okay, like I'm excited for this trip. You never know what's gonna happen. Like maybe you never know when weird shit's gonna happen in your life, or like something
Right.
will go wrong or something.
Yeah.
Then like I'm not actually worried, but like it was one of those like 1 minute in my head. I was like, oh, what if something goes wrong this trip? And I was like, forget it. But as anyway, I go up there, get my hair cut. We sit down to eat dinner. Me, AB, Mikey, and AB's friends. And then you ever like have one of those moments in your life where things are like just super coincidental and things are lining up in a way where you're like, I'm supposed to be here. You ever have that kind of moment? That was one of those
Yeah.
moments for me. Like, because I don't mean to like tack it down to music, but like the fucking playlist that was playing at the restaurant we were at, literally like this one song played 3 times that I had like just learned like 2 or 3 days ago. And it was like super coincidental. And it was like every single song, it was like it was off my playlist. It was nuts. It was like one of those, like I said, it was one of those moments where like I was having a great time. I was with great people. And it was just one of those moments where I'm like, I'm in the right place right now.
And you know what's weird is that you went in having a weird gut feeling, but when you got there, it was your gut reaffirming that this was the right thing.
Which is good. Like that's why it's good to like not let that 1 second of anxiety actually get to you. Like it's natural to have like one thought of like, oh, naturally things might go wrong, but like I didn't mean to think of it in that way, but like that's how your brain works. Like,
right,
dude, it is scary. And Fish, you are cracking me up. You look like you're at like an office with the nail file right now. Do you have an appointment, hon?
I do.
Just like that with the headset on. I love it.
I love it.
But no, Tabor, I do know what you mean. And, you know, and I feel like that can go the other way around too. Like, you know, you can feel like you're supposed to be here, or you can like sit down somewhere and be like, I should have just stayed home, or like, I shouldn't have come out tonight, you know?
No, you are so right on that. I mean, not that I didn't consider that, but you made me realize that like there are definitely times in your life as well where you're sitting there and you're like, not even the people, but maybe even the people, like you're looking around and you're like, maybe this isn't the right environment for me right now. And you get that real pit in your stomach. Like it was the exact opposite feeling of that. Like I got like the nice jitters. Like I was like, yeah, exactly. I was giddy. I was like so excited like to be in the moment.
Oh no, dude, that's awesome.
Good, great morale. It was great morale.
Dude, it sounds like it was great morale.
That does sound really good morale.
Dude, also Fish, I don't know how much longer you have, but I do want to make sure you stay for the what, dude?
Oh, what did you say?
Dude, Fish gets to add one. Real quick about the what dude last week. I love when Tabor puts in the sound bit because he always it always comes at a surprising time, I feel like. Because like yesterday we were both, what? Huh? What? And then dead silence, and then all of a sudden, what, dude?
It sounds really like Renaissance-esque too. It's like,
yeah.
I love that bit. That sound bit was awesome.
Dude, but anyway, one more time for the, huh?
What did you say?
Wait a minute.
Dude, that should be like our gimmick. Like whenever
like
we have like whenever like we have someone on, like they get to add to the what, dude?
I feel like I gotta test out a few.
That. Do you want to throw a couple down for us?
Yeah. All right, let me think real quick. All right, I'm gonna start off with the classics, and then I'm just gonna add 4 or 5 and tell me what you guys think.
Okay. All right. Let's hear it.
What, dude? Huh? Wait. No. Yeah. No. Hold up. Say that again, dude. Get out of here. Get out of here.
I feel like we need to use all of those.
That was so cool. Wait, the one that got me going was the wait.
That was a good one.
Wait.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, the what, dude, of today.
Huh?
Wait.
What, dude?
Okay. The what dude of the day. I did look this up literally while we were recording, and I found this. Thought it was interesting. So, Bluetooth. Bluetooth technology was named after a 10th century king, King Harold Bluetooth. He united Denmark and Norway, just like the technology unites computers and cell phones.
Holy
And
fuck.
that's the
Hey.
huh?
That
I
made
mean,
me
is it-
really think, what, dude?
Like, I never thought Bluetooth was someone's name. Like, I thought, I don't know what I thought. Like, I thought maybe it was like, maybe like what it looked like. I don't know.
I don't know.
what I
The
thought.
name sounds artificial in a way. Like
Yeah.
Bluetooth
Yeah.
just doesn't sound like two words that were meant to be put together for a name.
No, I agree.
You wonder if this king had blue teeth like that, or a blue tooth. I mean, that means the tooth is dead. You know, it's like a dead tooth. It's functionless.
It is crazy. But yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting because like Bluetooth is another thing that you don't really think of how it works. It just does. You know, it's just kind of like when you connect something.
You know what's interesting about Bluetooth, in my opinion, is that Bluetooth was invented late '90s, early 2000s, right?
Don't just throw a number at me and it actually be correct.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong. But I feel like it was at least early 2000s.
Yeah, probably.
And it still stands the test of time. Like, a lot of things are still using Bluetooth technology,
Right.
whereas like broadband is like getting bigger and always changing, or fiber optic is like developing, or even like screens are developing. Like Bluetooth, I mean, they're on Bluetooth 5.0, but that's not like any bit different besides enhancements and upgrades to Bluetooth.
Right.
So-
To the overall quality and
Yeah,
connectivity of it
which
all.
is weird because like I mean, there's a lot more things that are way past what originally Bluetooth was set out for.
I mean, even think of like 4G like connection and all. Like I feel like that's been upgraded. Well, I guess that's kind of the same thing as Bluetooth though. It just kind of gets enhanced.
Yeah, but now
suppose-
Because
Now
like
they're
now
on
we're up to
5G.
right now we're up to 5G exactly.
I suppose it's just nice that they keep their product simple. Like, I mean, I don't know exactly how it works, but like, it's just as simple as taking the receiver in your device and sending a signal back to the Bluetooth and it coming back or whatever. Like, it's a good system. I'm glad whoever the fuck Bluetooth was, they decided
King
to fucking
Bluetooth
put it together.
for real. Now I do have one more question for Fish, and then I'm good.
Yeah.
But I just want to ask Fish, what kind of music have you been listening to recently? Artists, anything like that?
So recently, I've been on a big indie alt-ish beach wave phase. I've been listening to a lot of
Whoa.
Courtney Barnett, some older Mac Miller, but not like too young, singing about high school Mac Miller.
Give me an
uh,
album by Mac Miller.
Like like Good AM.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I
that-
love
that
it.
was good.
I love Faces and like Good AM are like two of my favorites.
Yeah, dude, that was sick. Yeah, I've been listening to. Actually, it was funny that you were talking about Quest last week because I have been listening to a little bit of Quest.
Love Tribe.
Uh,
Love them.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. But yeah, I've been veering a little bit away from. I've been listening to some DMX, just in remembrance. My brother was a huge DMX fan, and then he kind of like grew away from it for a while, and then I was over his house like 2 weeks ago, or right after he passed, and I forgot the bangers, and I was
It was a
actually
lot.
the one video of him, and he's in Woodstock reunion, and he's literally singing to the world. It looks like I think there's like 400,000. It looks like so many people, and it's like it was a level of stardom that you don't get with modern technology, right? Like you can only trend and go viral on Twitter and TikTok and Spotify.
Yeah,
right?
no, you're
But
totally right.
they had to do so much more to get there, and to see that elevates them so much more because people really took the time and effort.
No,
Can I bring
it's a great
something
point.
up with concerts? Fucking, it's so irritating these days. This sounds very old man of me, but like, dude, fucking put your iPhone down and enjoy the fucking concert, man. You can
I'm
record
there.
a clip or two here or there, but don't record every song the entire time. You're
Mhm.
never going to watch those videos ever again. Enjoy the moment, especially as a shorter person. I can't see that. I'm 5'9". I can only see so high. Like
Right.
Keith is like 7'8", so he can see over anyone.
The thing is that you pay all this money to go to a place so you can have an experience, right? So you listen to them on your phone, you love them, you want to go support them in person, and you want the experience of being there. And then you want to go there and record the whole thing so you can look back and see that. But like if you just drop the phone, immerse yourself in the experience, you'll never forget it. And it's what you pay for, because if I go see a concert that you don't pay to see, I get the experience. I'm not saying you can't share it with the world, but part of the specialness of it is that it's yours.
Right.
Yeah. No, you're totally right.
And it's actually funny you brought that up, Taylor, because even yesterday, like so many people like at the parks will record like the TV screens like that they have. Like, you know, like when you're waiting in line, like they'll like try and like show clips of stuff or whatever. Like people are filming that. And I always, like I was saying to Allie yesterday, like I don't think I'm ever gonna take a picture or do a video of something if I never think I'll ever look at that again. Like, you know, like that's just gonna go on their phone and they will never ever open that. Guaranteed.
And what's the special part about getting on the Jumbotron and having your phone over your face? It's almost Android-esque. It's kind of scary.
It is,
which is why, to bring up to what you guys are saying here, like I actually found one at thrift store for $3. I've got a Polaroid camera.
Nice.
And it's nice because like I take pictures on my phone here and there, but like for the most part, if I want a picture and I want it to last, I'm gonna take a picture of it, but I'll think about it because I'm using film. Like I'm going to think about the shot that I'm gonna take because I only have 8 shots. Like so it's whereas if I pull out my camera, I have 15,000 if I want.
Well, it's funny you brought that up too. Over here to my left, I'll take a picture for you. Me and Allie like taped a bunch of Polaroids that we have.
Nice.
From like parties and all. My favorite one it was from Super Bowl. Matt Easterday and Schmanchma came down, and she brought her Polaroid camera. So me and Pop had this great idea. This was like 3:00 in the afternoon. It was bottomless mimosas. We were trashed, and we're playing Pong. And we had this great idea. Is like, let's take our rookie cards, like our trading card, like pictures. And I am in this crazy position like this, and the ball went in. Like I like shot the ball, and it actually went in. And the picture, I'll have to take a picture of it so you can see it. It's so epic because I'm like on one leg like this, and the ball actually went in for my picture.
Wow, that's insane.
That's epic, man.
I kind of want a signed version of that.
Yeah,
dude, I know it's gonna be worth a lot of money. I'll take a picture and send it to you guys.
Good.
But dude, other than that, man, Fish, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me, boys. I can't wait to listen in on this on Monday or Tuesday morning.
Hell yeah, man. We can't wait to have you back on that. Fish has a residency here for sure.
I mean, I kind of can't believe it's 1:00. I mean, when did we start? Like noon?
Yeah, like 11:40, 11:45.
It's a blink. Truly,
it literally is. I'm glad Liam got to join us. Anything else from anyone?
Well,
can I count out the outro when we're ready for it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to give a little prelude. I think next week I want to talk a little bit about time and how crazy it is.
Wow.
I can't wait.
So look forward to that next week.
On that note, folks, buckle up for next week. Fish with the countdown. Outro 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wait. What? Am I giving the outro? Or you were counting me in?